Hello, everyone, and welcome to another story time brought to you by me, Miss Sasha. And I am so glad that you are here with me today. I'm telling you, you guys, we are dealing with some bitter temperatures here in Cleveland. Okay, woo wee! Is it cold where y'all at? Like real, real, real cold too? Oh man! But guess what? This is the perfect time for you to curl up with your favorite book, a cup of your favorite warm drink. Okay. So you make sure you go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to put a little plug in real quick. Speaking of your favorite cup or mug, please head over to my website, readingisfreedom.store. I have a line of mugs that people have just been buying like crazy. All right, you hear me? So they have Reading is Freedom on the mug, and they have cool different color handles. So some are pink handles, some are black, some are blue. So I'm going to put in the description box readingisfreedom.store so you can click on there and it'll take you right to my website. All right, so we're about to get on into it, y'all. Speaking of curling up with a great book, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know how I do. All right, JD and the Hair Show Showdown, written by our brother Jay Dillard, illustrated by Akeem S. Roberts. Who's the next celebrity barber? Y'all see how fly JD look? I mean, that's what I just love about this book. I mean, everybody just be looking just fly, dope, all of that. And so I already read, of course, chapter one. If you have not checked out chapter one, please make sure you go and check out chapter one. In fact, if you have not read JD and the Great Barber Battle, JD and the Family Business, let me show. This is the one that I finished last. Okay. If you have not gotten into those books, you need to go ahead and make sure you do that so you can really get the backstory about JD, his family, how he became a barber, and all of that great stuff. So, but the first chapter of this book, it was the big send off. So everybody was getting together to send JD off with his mom, going to Atlanta because they are going to have this big, awesome hair show. And JD is going to be able to show off his barbering skills, y'all. So now I'm about to get into chapter two. All right. And this is dealing with the plane ride there to the ATL. And this chapter is titled The Great Metropolis. Let's get into it. Seatbelts on and tray tables up. We are now preparing for our descent into Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, the flight attendant said as I stared out the window. It was hard to believe what I saw a few minutes later. The cars driving around the city below looked like ants, and the tall buildings reminded me of a scene from Spider Man when he perched on the Brooklyn Bridge and looked out at Manhattan. Back home, Granddad had to drive us to the airport in Jackson, Mississippi to take the 1 hour flight to Atlanta. What's flying going to feel like, Mom? I had asked as we boarded the plane. This was my first flight. My stomach was already twisting. I think you'll like it, my brave son. Your ears may pop a little, but we'll be fine. It's a short flight. I think I was nervous because of what Jordan had told me. He flew all the time to go on vacation with his family. JD, when you take off and go up in the air, the plane shakes hard, like you're about to go down almost, he had said. It's better than any roller coaster. When I asked my mom about it, she explained that the shaking happens because we're slicing through the clouds and that it wouldn't last the whole flight. She was right. Once we got to what the flight crew called cruising altitude, the flight was smooth. It was even fun. I'd spend half the time watching cartoons on the little TV screen on the back of the seat in front of me and half peeking out the window, watching the clouds. The world looked different from this high up. A flight attendant had even come down the aisle and offered free earbuds to whoever wanted them. Mom had grabbed a pair for both of us and put hers into her ears first. Try them on, she had told me. It'll help you with the cabin pressure. It was like flying had its own language. Who ever heard of cabin pressure? As the plane glided closer to the airport, I got even more excited. For the whole weekend, I'd be surrounded by people who loved cutting hair as much as I did. There was only one barber shop in Meridian, but there'd be hundreds of barbers and stylists at the hair show, and I'd be one of them. As great as my first plane ride was, I couldn't wait to put my feet back on the ground. Wow, wow. Let me show you guys a picture too. As you know, by this being a chapter book, there's not a lot of pictures in here, but I thought this was like pretty cool to see. So that was it. Very, very short chapter, right? Of course, I like the fact that they had, like he said, you have your own language when you're talking about flying on an airplane, cabin pressure and cruising altitude. I'm thinking that this would be a great way for you guys to look up those words for my young folks. Talk to those terms. Excuse me, talk about those terms with your family. All right. And also too, put in the comments section. I would like to know how many of you have flown on an airplane before and talk about your first experience. So I'm all about creating great experiences. And I think a great way to do that is by reading books. Okay. So, with all of that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed that chapter. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, make sure that you subscribe, and please make sure you share. And last but not least, hit that notification bell so that you will be alerted when I upload the next reading of this awesome book. Loving it already, y'all. Oh, man. So, I hope you all are feeling it with me as well. And remember, like I said, make sure that you click on in the description box. Go check out my readingisfreedom.store. All right. And there is a plethora of products that have the Reading is Freedom. It doesn't have this logo. This is one of my first uh, designs that I did. I thought it was cute at first, and after a while, I was like, I said I want to do something a little different. But I just wanted to show you guys that Reading is Freedom. That's my merch. Make sure that you click on, check it out. And also, if you are looking for a reading tutor, pre-K through fourth grade, I am the sister that you need to check out. Yes, I do tutor online, so I can tutor your baby if you are in the ATL. All right. If you are in Utah, wherever you at, you can actually have me as your tutor. Okay. So go to abclearntutoring.com and I'll make sure I put that link in the description box as well. You all take care and make sure that you're reading for at least 30 minutes a day. I am Miss Sation. Peace.